What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wnba Dfs here to bring you a showdown slate review, breakdown, whatever you want to call it, for today's one-game WNBA slate. If you guys are new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe so you guys do not miss any of the uploads as we go throughout this WNBA season. And make sure you guys hit the like button if this video is helping you in any way, shape, or form. Last night's games were not bad. Actually was a pretty decent slate if you had the right pieces, the right value, and build correctly. I'm not going to lie, last night, Fee definitely was a letdown last night from Fee. Fee did not go out there and do anything. But before anything, we got news that Dorka, it was going to be a big game for her because her parents flew from overseas. First time them getting to see her play in person. And as you've seen, she delivered. We dropped that inside the Discord. So if you guys are not part of the Discord, man, go ahead, sign up for the Patreon, join the Discord. We drop these little nuggets and stuff like that as we find them, and we get to put those out. So some things that I don't get to cover on YouTube, you get to see those things inside the chat, behind the scenes and stuff like that. But Dorka popped off, had a great night. It was a toss up. I was on Suge for the fact for Sutton, for the fact that no Diane Taurasi, she should get the minutes and everything. She did fine. She did great. But of course, Shea Petty came in there, was like 4 for 5 or 4 for 6 from 3. She had an explosive behind night and just popped off, went off. NECA, she went in there, she did what she did. Jordan Canada took over in the second half of their game. I had a really good night. Jackie Young, just like I said, Jackie Young, consistent. Had a safe floor. I know somebody asked me Jackie Young and Courtney Williams, and I said Jackie Young has a safe floor. Courtney Williams has a higher ceiling. And that was simply because Jackie Young, she's more consistent. That's what I mean by the floor. Her consistency, it speaks for itself, and that's why, just depending on what route you're actually trying to go, do you want the floor or do you want the ceiling? That floor that Jackie went out there and produced, perfect, was great. And then, of course, Courtney Williams, her floor, she hit her 20-ish, which was her floor right there, and that's what we got from that right there. But overall, not a bad slate. Was actually pretty decent. If you had the right pieces and stuff like that, you definitely, took down something. I tried for some more tickets yesterday and just barely missed getting to the first place. But overall, not a bad slate. We got a one-game slate today. Then, of course, we move into the big slate, the big slate tomorrow. Hopefully, we will get a decent prize pool and everything for that because I know the games are spread out. That's the only thing about the slate for tomorrow is that they are spread out. We got some of the early afternoon and then the rest of them in the evening. So, I mean, if you're like me, especially, it's just like you got the 1 p.m., 3 o'clock, and then, of course, you got these two late games. So, interesting to see how we get to build for tomorrow's slate and everything and whatnot. Oh, and Diamond Miller. Diamond Miller, of course. When I'm not on her, when I don't play her, she pops off for the games that I expect for her to have. And it just seemed like Diamond, she honestly passed her foul troubles over to Fee yesterday. So, Fee was in the hot seat. But going to today's slate, New York Liberty, no news is good news for them. And then for the Washington Mystics, same old for their people that are out. Atkins, Austin, EDD, Chrissy Tolliver. Nothing new right there. Same starters for both teams. Going over to the slate, we'll look at a little bit of prize picks today as well since it is just a one-game slate. If you guys do not have a DraftKings account, you want one, you want to try to come over here and win this $5K up top in the $15K fade away. Check the link down in the description below so you guys can get that deposit match bonus. Join me over here on the King, the site that has been generous to us this season. All right, building on the showdown slate, of course, you got the MVP. Who are we going to put in that MVP captain spot right there? Needless to say, of course, you can't go wrong with Brianna Stewart. You can't go wrong with Sabrina Ionescu. And I'd say Vanna Sloot is like the oddball out because she can and she can't. And this is where we look at the consistency of what these players have done over the last couple of times because they matched up twice already on the season. Sabrina Ionescu, pretty safe floor. She had a 33 and a 52 in the two matchups. We do know they're going to be missing Ariel Atkins. They're going to have Shakimri Walker out there. Still, Sabrina, she's shown that she can go ahead. She can get her shots. She can knock down her threes. She can do it all because she's not just relying on scoring. So that's why I say Sabrina, she's pretty safe. Courtney Vandersloot, that's the thing. If she's not really getting too much on her assist and maybe some rebounds and can possibly get some steals or something like that, she's not really doing too much. Her floor is much lower than Sabrina and a Brianna Stewart. So for me on the New York Liberty side, I'd be looking more towards a Brianna Stewart, a Sabrina Ionescu to put into the captain spot if I feel like it or if I have the right value to piece these pieces in right here. And then coming down, Jonquil Jones, she would be like a very GPP-ish because in the games that they played, of course, I know Austin, she played in these games. EDD, she played in these games. One of the games went to overtime. But she still dealt with foul trouble, and she really didn't see that much time. She only played 20-ish minutes on the court in both of those games that she actually did play going up against them. So, yeah, she played 19 and 23 minutes and only gave us a 20 and a 16 fantasy point game. So, this could be she's very GPP because she can pop off, possibly, since the centers they've changed, you're dealing with a Tina Hawkins who possibly Jonquel Jones, she might be able to get the better of that matchup, knock down some threes. Definitely should be able to have a better rebounding game going into this, going up against them. Her and Misha Hine-Allen, I'm not too worried about that right there. So Jonquel Jones, she possibly could be one of those that actually pops in the spot due to the change of the rotation for the Mystics. And then just coming down, Laney, she's been pretty consistent in both of the games that they've played going up against the Washington Mystics. Definitely someone I would more consider for my util spot. She had a 17 and a 28 fantasy point type game. I would look more towards Laney as going into the regular slots if I landed there at that 6'4" range. If not, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Going over to looking at the Washington Mystics, captain consideration, of course, that's going to be Brittany Sykes. That's going to be Natasha Cloud. Those two are going to stick out right off the bat. Cloud in both the matchups, 34 and 26 fantasy point games. Not bad. I do like that for her right there. And then, that was Sykes. 34 and 26 fantasy point game. Not bad. Plus the usage that she's going to actually command and get here in this matchup. Yeah, she might be having to deal with Laney, but she's shown that she can actually do this in both of the matchups that she's played going up against them. Now, Cloud, she's been very consistent in both those games back to back, 36 and a 53 fantasy point game. I do like that for Cloud. I think that she might be the obvious choice that people would rather run to, just considering that we do know without EDD out there, without Shakira Austin, and without Ariel Atkins, she's going to have to step up. She's going to have to look for her shot. She's going to have to. She has to hunt for her shot and actually take some more of those besides just trying to dish the rock and possibly get some assists. So Cloud definitely would definitely be in play for me. Honestly, for the Mystics, they really don't have any oddballs out that I would consider besides those two primary players right there that I would take in a captain MVP slot. So yeah, but going over to the util spots, of course, it's all about value. So I'm not even going to talk about the main starters, everything like that. Coming out here, Walker, we know she's going to get the minutes. She's going to get the burn. She's going to have to play. She's filling in. She's starting. It's not sexy at all what she goes out there and does because she plays limited minutes and, well, not even limited minutes. She's been getting minutes, but she's not even a fantasy point per minute producer, but still, on a slate like this, definitely would have to consider her. Same thing for Mi Ling. We know she can come out there. She can knock down a shot. She can rebound a little bit. Definitely would be considering her at 5'2". That's not the best spot. We know that if Jonquel Jones gets into foul trouble, they do like to run Baby Sabally out there. She will go ahead and get her burn and run. Possibly maybe we can get a Indiana type game where she pops out for 17.75. Definitely is into consideration. We've seen that they did run Gore out there quite a bit in that last game, 9 minutes, but she only gave us 2 fantasy points. If you want to hunt back to that, I'm not really feeling that here on this spot. Same thing, Kayla Thornton. Her minutes have been up and down, but we do know if anyone gets into foul trouble, they will run to let Thornton come out there and get some burn. And then last but not least, for me, I wish that she was a little bit cheaper, but definitely Queen Egbo. I would 110% consider her. She's at least going to get about 20 minutes out there, and she's been very productive in the time that she's getting and running out there. So I'm really just building out the lineup, just figuring out how you're going to stack the pieces and get them in there is going to be half the battle. And I say half because it is legit just half the battle, trying to piece and put together who's going to pop in that MVP slot, trying to get different. Maybe you take one of these value plays, hope that they have a ceiling game for themselves in that value spot, in which will allow you to go ahead and play Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, Sykes, Cloud. Oh, I put Vandersloot, Sykes, Cloud, and maybe somehow, some way we get that value that we can just plug in right there. But of course, the argument is going to be how do we fit these main players, these players that have all the usage into the slots that we have over here. And that's going to be the hard part. Honestly, right now, I don't have a direct build path, but I do know for sure Cloud will be inside of my lines for sure. 110%. Sabrina Ionescu, she's going to be inside my lines as well. And then just from there, figuring out which value I actually want to go to. I'm kind of leaning. I'm definitely looking at wanting to play Queen just for the minute production that she goes out there, the block upside that she has, and say that they're having issues with having Tina Hawkins out there. She's getting beat. Definitely, I can go to Queen because I know she'll go out there and she'll get the run. Tina Hawkins definitely is no slouch. I guess I could consider her for a captain MVP slot. Just the only thing is that she's played 16 and 21 minutes in both of those. First one, she had more of a fantasy point per minute production out there. Second one, not so much for her. And honestly, I kind of don't normally take centers going up against the New York Liberty. Anyway, all right, popping over to Prize Picks. If you guys don't know, they got the protected play thing going on for today's slate. So Come on over here, $20 protected play. If you guys don't have a Prize Picks account, you want one, check the link down in the description below so you can get that $100 deposit match bonus and join me over here on Prize Picks and play some props. Like I said, $20 free flex play. As long as you put, I'd say do a 5, do a 6. And I say this before and I say this all the time. If you go over here on Prize Picks and you play the flex protected play, take the 5, take the 6, play 33.33, play $33.33. Why am I going to play that? Because if you go 4 out of 5, or if you go, if you go 4 out of 6, or you go 3 out of 5 on those, you're going to get back your $13.33, and then you're going to get your $20 back in promo funds. So you're going to get back your whole bang for your buck that you just put in to try to win this today. Coming over here, I do got some plays that I do like. I'll call them out real quick. For MLB, definitely for sure, my boy Ohani, he's on the slate. I always love riding with him. 2.5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings at home. I want to say he's like 9 for 10 on this. He's red hot whenever it comes to it at home, getting the strikeouts. And if you know anything, he's a batter, he's a pitcher, but he does it all out there for us whenever he's on the slate. I do like his over for that. And then also, if you want to take his full game, I don't mind his full game as well. Definitely something I would consider for the 8 right there. Framber, I do like him for his 7 pitching strikeouts, but I also do like his fantasy points. It was at 38.5 earlier. It's probably gotten bumped up to like 40. Yep, it's at 40.5. That's more of a lean right there. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't mind taking it right there. Definitely would be more of a lean for me on that right there. So those are really the 2 MLB props that I would be looking at for today. Coming over to the WNBA for points over here on them. Jonquel Jones, she's been pretty consistent whenever she actually gets her burn and run. They typically do look to try to establish her at the start of the games and everything like that. If that 3-point ball is actually going to fall, 10.5, that should be pretty easy. If you're a person that likes to look at the last 5, she is 3 out of 5 of her last 5. And then if we go over here to the line star, pull it up. Jonquel Jones going up against Washington Mystics. She had 5 points in that first one, and she has 0 points in the second one. But like I said, just looking at it, she is going up against a team who they don't have the starting centers. They don't have Len Deladon down there. They don't have Shakira Austin. It's definitely going to be a much different matchup for her coming out here with it. But Jonquel Jones, definitely, I do like her for the 10.5 that she has right here in the spot. Some other leans that I would consider over here at the point, 4 points would be Sabrina Ionescu. Like I said, I do expect for her to possibly be able to pop off in the spot. She's been red hot before the All-Star break, and then after the All-Star break, she's been just going off left and right. So definitely, I would consider Sabrina at that 16 fantasy point range. Brittany Sykes, I do like her 5 rebounds right here. For her, rebounding, that's partially one of the things that she actually goes in there and she does really well. But the 5 rebounds, I do like that. And I also think this is a bounce back spot for her in regards to going out there and scoring anyway. So field goals made, interesting spot for her at the 5. I do like that. Gives you the push potential if she only gets to 5 and doesn't get 6. So you do have that. We do know she likes to slash into the paint, get their mid-range shot, things like that. So definitely one that I wouldn't mind taking for her right there. Fantasy score, Cloud. I do like Cloud at 26.5. She's gone over this in both of the matchups going up against them. I do feel like Cloud, kind of a no-brainer in regards to it for me. Sabrina Ionescu. This is a lean, again, just because we never know in regards to turnovers and things like that. They can go out there and get them. But Sabrina Ionescu, she's been pretty consistent, 4 out of her last 5. I do like that. One of those was including the All-Star game for her as well. Definitely a spot. Don't hate that at all for her. And then if you want a deep lean, that would be Misha Hines-Allen. If she actually gets it going on the scoring end and can do what she has been doing on the defensive side, that 14, her minutes limits might be continuously going up as the season goes on. So definitely, I don't mind taking that 14 fantasy point scoring one right there. If you want to live on the edge and you want to get a little wild and crazy, then you can go to the WNBA first half. Where's the first half at? I'm blind right now, guys. Oh, there we go. And going to the first half, I don't mind taking fantasy points for Breanna Stewart. We know that she's if they get her going, pretty much it's a wrap. But Breanna Stewart, Brittany Sykes, Natasha Cloud, and Sabrina Ionescu would be all 4 that I'll consider, just because I feel like they're going to be the players that's actually going to keep this game pretty tight, pretty close. And they're the 4 players that I'm mainly on for the slate anyway. Production has to come somewhere, especially just Sykes and Cloud. They have the bump in usage anyway, due to the fact of the players that they are missing out there. And then we do know that the team, it kind of starts with Breanna Stewart. If they can get her going and popping, she pops off and everything goes right. And then if she doesn't, we do know Sabrina, she'll step up and she'll go out there and she does what she does. Don't get scared about Sabrina. I know that sometimes she can start slow. If her shot's not falling in the beginning, sometimes she might have to get it going in the second half, but she definitely can get there quick, fast, and in a hurry. But all right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. If you guys got any questions, talk to me down in the comment section. I will respond as quick as possible, as fast as I can. Remember, if you guys want to join the Patreon and you guys want to get any deposit match bonuses, check the links down in the description below. With that being said, it's your boy Zoe. I will see you guys for the big slate tomorrow. Video will be dropping early for that since it is going to be an early slate. See you guys in the green. Peace.